Hi guys, today at Cake Advisor we're making this lovely sofa cake, and there is a little bonus included, a time-lapse of making a fondant figure. And the fondant figure is of a Russian singer, phenomenal singer I must say, Diana Ankudinova. And before we get started, please subscribe, hit the like button, and now let's get started. So for the cake we're going to use 4 grams of baking powder, 170 grams of flour, 4 room temperature eggs, 180 grams of sugar, 40 grams of oil and 60 grams of very hot water. We are starting with mixing the eggs with the sugar and mixing the eggs until light and fluffy color. Afterwards, we are adding the flour and the baking powder and mixing it with the eggs in folding motions. And last we are adding the mixture of the water and the oil, again mixing all together with folding motions. And this is it, our cake batter is ready. Pour the cake batter in a square pan. I'm using 20 centimeters pan. It is a square, so it's 20 on 20. And bake the cake for approximately 30 minutes on 180 Celsius. And to check if the cake is ready, just stick in a skewer, and if it's coming out dry, it's ready. Let the cake cool completely and afterwards level it by cutting off the top. And next I'm just cutting it in half. By the way, I made 2 cakes like this, so it's just all ingredients multiplied by 2. So we are cutting the first cake, we are cutting in half, and the second cake we are cutting 3 centimeters wide stripes, 2 of them. As you can notice, I'm using the sides of the cake. They are a little bit caramelized and burned, you might say, so they're kind of stronger than the sponge itself. And this is for the handles, 2 centimeters wide, and we're needing 2 pieces like so. And this is how the cake looks like, and now it's time to put buttercream inside and crumb coat it. So I'm using the basic vanilla buttercream and just putting the buttercream in between the layers and crumb coating the whole couch. After we crumb coat the cake, put it into the fridge for at least half an hour to set, and you can put the second layer of buttercream. After the final buttercream coat, we're smoothing the cake, and again we're placing it in the fridge to set. Next we're going to cover it with fondant. You can use, of course, any color of fondant you like. Roll out the fondant to approximately half centimeter thick. I measured the couch, and don't forget to leave extra. So I cut out a large rectangle, approximately 30 centimeters long and 25 centimeters wide. And now very carefully I'm covering the cake. Next, we need to measure the sides of the sofa and cut out 2 rectangles. Attach it to the sides and again cutting off the excess fondant. Using the Dresden tool, I'm marking the sofa cushions and all the lines I want to mark on my sofa. And now to cover the seams where the fondant is coming together, I'm using a clay extruder and I'm extruding a thin rope of fondant, and we're going to attach it at the seams on the sides of the sofa. Next are the decorations. I'm making small indentations in the fondant. Be careful not to make holes in the fondant. And now using the star tool, I'm creating this effect on the sofa. Okay, so practically the couch cake is ready, but one thing I always like to do is I like to use some powdered food coloring and add dimension to the cake just by painting all the lines and the creases and to create some shade. And in my opinion, this gives the cake some more realistic look and like more dimensional, maybe you can say then. And now the cake is ready. And for the special bonus, it is a time lapse of a portrait fondant figure of Diana Ankudinova, who is a phenomenal Russian singer. And if you would like to learn how to sculpt the fondant figures, I'm going to leave you a link in the description box down below to the channel in which you could find all kind of sorts of tutorials for fondant figure sculpting, men, women, animals, and more. And that is it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy our tutorial and I will see you in the next videos. Bye!